rebuilding your foundation is so important, because before the storms, it wouldn't take nothing but big bad wolves to blow my house down. But now, the foundation that my house is built on, imagine the storms that my house can weather. A tornado can come on my block and be like, I ain't even gonna touch this house. And I'm thankful for it. So sometimes you have to go through those seasons where God is rebuilding your foundation, pulling out those roots so that you can be everything that God has put you on in this world to be. Understanding if you're in a place where you're lost and you're just trying to figure out life, understand that God is trying to rebuild you so that you can be everything that he has put you on this earth to be. He is trying to rebuild you so your beliefs can change, how you feel about yourself can change, so you can be your best version of yourself, so you can love you through every season of your life, so you can choose you. He's trying to rebuild your beliefs so that you can just be imperfectly perfect, be rare. Welcome to the Be Rare podcast, where I'm growing, giving ourselves grace, giving ourselves gratitude, because this healing is just not for the weak. It's not for the weak. It's not for the motherfucking weak. Okay, y'all. Good morning. Well, it is morning for me. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I am currently recording an episode, but if you are listening to this podcast is for anybody that's in a stage in their life where they're just like, I know I deserve more. I know I deserve better, and it's just something that I just can't, like, it's a feeling that I just can't get rid of. And you're in a place where you just want to grow and heal, and you just want to be better. You want to embrace that you're imperfectly perfect. You want to, like, still enjoy life when life is life, and you want to be able to fight life back, because life want to swing. You want to be a boop, boop. You want to swing back, okay? You want to knock life out too. You know, like, you don't want to let life and stop you from enjoying life. You want to enjoy life through all seasons. You want to embrace the things that you have to learn through, the mistakes that you have to go through, just to become the version of yourself that you know that you are deserving of, the person that you're going to be. So, like, you just want to just be that girl through everything, you know? You don't want to just be in a space where you're just, like, always feeling like you're in jail, you know? Like, feeling like you can't enjoy life, feeling like you can't be free to be. This podcast is for you. So, that goes into this 90 days journey that we're going on. It's a 90-day journey where we're going on every week. I'm dropping an episode, and I'm going on the journey of what I've went through and what I continuously go through to heal and grow. So I'm freeing myself from myself. Like, right now, I'm currently freeing myself from my beliefs when it comes to money. Like, I cannot hold myself captive anymore in that place if I want to grow, if I want to see my business be lucrative and do amazing things in the world. So I have to let go of that belief around lack of money. So I have to free myself from that place in my life. Right now, I am captive. Right now, I hold money like this, you know. So if there's any place in your life where you feel like I'm gonna say I used to hold money like that, because I'm getting better with that. I'm still fearful with money. I gotta make sure you use your words wisely. But point is, if there's any place in your life where you're holding yourself captive, whether there's beliefs about if you're worthy of love, if there's beliefs that you have around what type of job you can attract, beliefs around just your beauty and who you are, your confidence, like, you just want to free yourself from yourself, even if it's the type of mother that you want to be, you know, like, you just want to free yourself from yourself and just be able to be free and not feel like a prisoner in your life, in your body, in your soul. You know, you want to be free to be. You want to join the 90-day journey, go on over to Be Rare Podcast, but the website is shopberare.com, and you can join the 90-day journey, and we can do this together. Why go through something by yourself when we can go through this together? Not for real. For real. So let's get into today's episode. I am looking at my phone because I have notes on my phone. Y'all already know how we get down. But today's episode is about rebuilding your foundation. So if you've seen my skit, you've seen that, baby, I basically had lost everything that had meant something to me. So before I lost my grandmother, I had lost my man. I had lost my job. Like, I was in a place where God was, like, clearing house, and you can only imagine how you feel in that moment. Like, okay, I'm a new mother. I done lost the foundation of our family. Like, one of the people that, like, pulls us together. Like, I done lost her, and it was just very heartbreaking, which is my grandmother. I done lost a job. I'm a new mother. I need money. You know, I lost that, and then I lost my man. Embarrassed, word in the ground, okay? Insecure as fuck, confidence plummet, okay? Like, damn, I just had a baby, and me and my relationship didn't work out. That fairy tale happily ever was not as fairy telling at all, okay? So I was just in a place where I had just lost everything, and I'm just looking like, now what am I supposed to do now? But I was so lost that I'm just like, okay, only thing I can do is go up from here, you know? Like, only thing I can do is go up from here. But in the midst of me losing it all, you don't, and I'm gonna say this is not the mindset that I was in when I was losing. When God was like, okay, let me clear house. That was not the mindset that I was in. This is not it. But now I understand that God was rebuilding my foundation. And so that's what today's episode is about. Like, God rebuilding my foundation. Like, and I feel like He had to rebuild my foundation. And I looked up, so I was researching, like, okay, what does it look like to rebuild the foundation versus repair a foundation? Because if you look at a house, you can repair a foundation. You don't always need to just rebuild the whole foundation, because usually if you rebuild the foundation, you got to knock down the whole house. And that's a lot more work, you know? So it's easier for you to kind of go in, fill in the patches, you know, and hope that whatever is, but where usually if the house have foundation issues, it can be leaks that come through, water can come through, you know, or just cracks, but the crack can continue to get bigger. Like, you can seal it, and over the next 5 years that crack can get bigger, and then they have to seal it again. And so it's something that you got to continuously go back and seal, versus when if you rebuild your foundation, you just, okay, I'm about to knock this house down. Like, I'm knocking the house down. Everything is getting knocked down because I want to build my house on a foundation that nobody can come and, you know, raise havoc. Like, nothing can come through here and knock my house down. I want to build a foundation where I can build multiple houses on. You know, like, I just want to have a solid foundation. I don't want to have a possibility of something seeping through because I tried to take the quick route and just try to seal it. And I'm hoping that it will last me 10 years, and then I can try to go seal it again. And so I feel like in my life, God was rebuilding my life. He was rebuilding my foundation. And my foundation was built on a lot of beliefs where I was very insecure. I had very low confidence. I did not think I was pretty. I did not think I was worthy of a job that paid me well. And I didn't have to sacrifice 60 hours. Or I didn't feel like I had to. I felt like I had to work two jobs, because I used to work 2 jobs, okay? But my beliefs were just really not great at all. Like, the beliefs that I had, the house that was built on there, anybody could come in here and come into my house and raise havoc and take my house. Like, I could be the owner of my house, and I would let somebody else come in here and take ownership of my house, you know? Or just the house that the foundation that was built on, like the big bad wolf could have came in and knocked it down. You know, that's how fragile my foundation was with the beliefs I had. And I felt like God was in a place in my life where He was like, okay, I understand. I really feel like it was like, okay, you know, I understand that you want so much out of life, and I know that you're lost, and I know it hurts, because it was not, I'm like, I'm not happy about losing this. I'm hurt. I'm sad. Like, why would you do all this? Like, whoa, you could have took it a little bit slow. You just, you kind of went fast with this. You was not coming to play, okay? And so in that midst of that, I was sad. But now I understand exactly why God was like, okay, let me clear house so I can rebuild you, just so that I can be who I am today. Like, before, I didn't know who I was. Like, anybody could tell me who I was. Like, if mother said I was stupid, I believed them, okay? Like, because that's how insecure I was. Like, if a person told me, like, girl, you can't get no job out here making $100K, you can't get no job out here making da-da-da-da-da, you will never make that amount of money, like, I would believe it, because I'm like, I mean, you're right? Who am I to think any different? Like, my beliefs could be shifted, like, or what I believed about myself could be shifted in an instant. And if I wanted this life where I could have the glitz and glam, and I could have everything that God has for me, or I desire, God had to go in and be like, no, let's change a few things, because when I build a house on this next foundation, I want you to be able to stay the owner of this house. I want the foundation to be so good on this house that it lasts 115 years. That not only you stay in this house and you stay in this house and have a great foundation, but your daughter stay in this house and she has a great foundation. And then your daughter's kids have a great foundation. Like, I want this foundation to last generations. The foundation that you currently have over your life will not last for generations. It won't even last with you. So I need to rebuild the foundation. I need to come into your house. I need to come into your foundation, and I need to pull the roots. I need to start at the foundation and pull the roots up so that I can show you that just because you are lost in this moment, that we can rebuild where you are. And he did. He rebuilt me to be who I am today. He rebuilt me to be a person that understands that I am worthy. That I am worthy to be able to have a podcast that millions of people want to watch. You know, like, I can have that. It's something that I'm still working on, but I have the confidence now to even put out my skits and be my creative self. Before, I did not have that confidence. I have the confidence that I don't care what job I'm at. I am valuable. I bring value to whatever job that I am at. I am able to produce revenue. I am able to shift teams. I am able to, with what I'm doing, I'm great at it. Basically, I was going to try to go through every role that I do in my job, but what I do, I'm great at it. Whatever I touch, I am great at it. At any job, I'm an asset. So I don't have to limit myself. If I want to make 100K, I can, and I will. I am capable of that, you know, like, but before, I did not think that. I feel like I had to take crumbs and I had to continuously work myself to death to be able to get bare minimum money, you know. And so him going into my roots and digging up those areas of my life that kept me hostage. Hence, while we're on this 90-day journey, he was able to free me from me. Like, I was holding myself captive in the abusive relationships. I was holding myself captive in the place where I just never really looked. I worked multiple jobs just to be able to get money, or I feel like I had to continuously tire myself out. I worked 2 jobs when I was pregnant, baby. Okay, that's how you know. Like, I was just out here. That was just my belief, you know. But yeah, he needed to go into my foundation. He needed to tear it up. And I'm so glad that he went into my foundation and tore up my foundation and was like, okay, let us rebuild here. So the house that I build on this foundation is long lasting versus repairing it, because I don't want the parts of me I don't want those parts of me to show up in the life that I have now. You know, I'm so glad that now that I'm in the space that I'm in, I understand why. You know how they be like, lean out on your understanding. I see why they say that, because back then, if I would have leaned on my own understanding, I would not be in a place now to where I understand that I needed to lose everything to gain more than I ever thought, ever could have imagined my life being. Life does not look exactly how I thought it was going to look, but my soul, my spirit, my heart, my beliefs within myself have changed so much, you know, that it's like, when this house gets built, and it's currently being built, when we put the roof on this motherfucker, when I tell you, a tornado won't even won't even want to come down my block because of the foundation. How much I will embarrass that tornado. It will try to come raise havoc in my house, and it won't be able to because of the foundation that God built on my house. Like, I'm knowing that the foundation that I have now will not only impact my family, it will impact other families, because I understand that what I went through was necessary. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad I went through it, because I did not want to be that. I don't want to be the person that I once was. I don't want to be the insecure person that did not believe in herself. Like, I am more confident now. Like, I'm confident sitting on this camera talking to y'all to talk about my story. That was not something that I was confident to do before, but God came, he said, let me get rid of this root. I want to get rid of this root of non-belief, of you not feeling worthy. I got to get rid of this, and I got to show you why we have to get rid of this, and we got to break it down of why you feel unworthy, so that you can understand the worth that you have and the value that you have, that nobody can ever tell you who you are. And he did just that, okay? He just did that. But I do want to also, and see what, like, let y'all know that there's still certain areas of my life that God is working on me on. Like, even with right now, like, I'm doing my business. This is the new arena for me. I've never seen anyone physically, like, in my life, be able to have a business and make money. Like, I know I can go to a job and I can run it up, but being able to have a business and have a product and make money in my sleep and have a lucrative business and be free to continuously invest. Like, and think of them, it's really like me thinking of money in a different mindset. Like right now, I have a lack mindset sometimes when it comes to money, or I have a scarcity mindset when it comes to money, because I'm scared of losing it again. I want to be able to hold on to it. If I have money, if I can see it in my bank account, if I have more money coming in, then it makes me feel more secure. Right now, I have more money going out than more money coming in. Like, the investment that I'm making in this podcast is different. So it's a little, okay? And so God is working on me understanding my relationship with money, understanding how I can change my relationship with money, how I don't have to be in the scarcity mindset, how I am capable of selling a product and a product selling now. Like, he is helping me change that mindset. So I feel like he is going into my foundation, and he is helping me look at, okay, I know that, money in your family has always been like, we always think of it as a scarcity mindset. I was even talking about a trip, and I want to be able to do things like this, take my family on vacations, and it's all paid, but we was talking about a trip the other day, and my cousin, she was just like, all I hear is money, and when we hear money, when we hear about spending money, we like, Jesus, something else to pay, like, we don't feel freedom. We don't feel like, okay, we about to have a good time. No, or even when I'm just trying to say, like, okay, let me slow down. What I'm trying to say is, we don't feel like, okay, she wasn't focused on the trip and the fun that we could have as a family and the memories we can make as a family. She was more focused on the money and another bill to be paid, or another thing to spend money on, which is something that I have too. Like, something else that I gotta spend money on. So I'm really trying to learn how to change my relationship with money. And I feel like God is rebuilding that foundation within me right now, that belief within me now, so that I can be everything that I need to be within, be rare within any business that I touch, that I know that I can sell a carrot to a horse. I don't know, But the point is, rebuilding your foundation is so important, because before the storms, it wouldn't take nothing but big bad wolves to blow my house down. But now, the foundation that my house is built on, imagine the storms that my house can weather. Like, a tornado can come on my block and be like, I ain't even gonna touch this house. and I'm thankful for it, So sometimes you have to go through those seasons where God is rebuilding your foundation, pulling out those roots, so that you can be everything that God has put you on in this world to be. So understanding, if you're in a place where you're lost and you're just trying to figure out life, understand that God is trying to rebuild you so that you can be everything that he has put you on this earth to be. He is trying to rebuild you so your beliefs can change, how you feel about yourself can change, so you can be your best version of yourself, so you can love you through every season of your life, so you can choose you. He's trying to rebuild your beliefs so that you can just be imperfectly perfect, be rare, okay? But yeah, so that's the episode for today. Is about rebuilding your foundation, and how it can be very painful, but very necessary, and it's needed for longevity. But I just want to end the episode there. I hope you enjoyed it. My homework for you is to just be okay in the season that you're in. How can you embrace the season that you're in if you feel like you're lost, or you feel like God is rebuilding you? How can you embrace that season? If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Leave a comment, leave a review. And yeah, y'all know I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Be rare, be you, be authentic. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.